Welcome to A One-Story Teller, where every tale has the power to move mountains and touch hearts. Today, we bring you a story that resonates with courage, resilience, and the unyielding spirit of dreams. This is not just a story, it's an anthem of triumph over prejudice. So sit back, relax, and let the magic of storytelling unfold. In the heart of New York City, where the hustle and bustle never cease, stood the grandiose grand ballroom of the prestigious Waldorf Astoria. The chandeliers hung like clusters of diamonds, casting a warm, golden glow over the opulent room. The air was thick with the scent of expensive cologne and the murmur of elite conversations. This was the playground of the wealthy, a place where power and privilege were on full display. Among the sea of tailored suits and designer gowns, a man stood out. His name was Reginald Whitmore, a tycoon whose fortune was as vast as his ego. Reginald had a penchant for making grand entrances, and tonight was no different. He swept into the room with an air of superiority, his eyes scanning the crowd for someone to impress. The event was a charity gala, but to Reginald it was just another opportunity to flaunt his wealth and belittle those he deemed beneath him. His gaze fell upon a young black woman, Nia, who was serving drinks. She moved gracefully, her smile warm and genuine, despite the condescending glances she received from some of the guests. Reginald's eyes narrowed. He saw an opportunity to entertain his guests at the expense of someone he considered inferior. With a smug grin, he approached Nia. "Excuse me, young lady," he began, his voice dripping with condescension. "I have a special request." Nia turned, her eyes meeting his. She was used to such encounters, but she never let them break her spirit. "How may I assist you, sir?" Reginald's smirk widened. "I noticed you earlier. You seem to have a certain presence. Tell me, do you play the piano?" Nia's eyes flickered with surprise, but she quickly composed herself. "Yes, I do, sir." "Excellent," Reginald said, clapping his hands together. "Then you won't mind entertaining us, will you? I'm sure everyone here would love to hear you play." The room fell silent as Reginald's request echoed through the space. The guests exchanged glances, some amused, others uncomfortable. Nia felt the weight of their stares, but she held her head high. "Very well, sir," she replied calmly. "I'll play for you." Reginald led her to the grand piano at the center of the room. The crowd gathered around, their curiosity piqued. Nia took a deep breath, her fingers hovering over the keys. She could feel Reginald's triumphant gaze on her, but she chose to ignore it. Instead, she focused on the music that lived within her. As her fingers touched the keys, the first notes of a classical piece filled the room. The melody was hauntingly beautiful, a perfect blend of sorrow and resilience. The guests were taken aback. The arrogance in Reginald's eyes began to waver as the music washed over him, a force he couldn't control. Nia's playing grew more intense, the music building to a crescendo. It was as if she was pouring her soul into every note, channeling the struggles she had faced and the dreams she held dear. The room was spellbound, the earlier atmosphere of disdain replaced by one of awe and admiration. When the final note faded, the silence was deafening. The crowd stood in stunned silence, their earlier prejudices forgotten in the face of Nia's breathtaking talent. Reginald was rooted to the spot, his smug expression replaced by one of genuine astonishment. "Oh!" Nia stood up, her eyes meeting Reginald's. There was no malice in her gaze, only a quiet strength. "Thank you for the opportunity, sir," she said softly. The crowd erupted into applause, their cheers filling the room. Reginald stood there, speechless, as Nia walked away, her head held high. She had not only silenced the room, but had also silenced the prejudice that had sought to diminish her. As Nia left the stage, the crowd continued to buzz with excitement. People were talking about her performance, their earlier prejudices forgotten. Reginald, still standing in the same spot, couldn't find the words to express what he had just witnessed. He had intended to humiliate her, but had instead been humbled by her talent. Nia made her way back to the service area, her heart pounding with a mix of relief and pride. She had faced her fears and had come out victorious. As she collected her things, she couldn't help but smile. She had shown them all that talent and determination could overcome even the most insurmountable obstacles. In the days that followed, Nia's story spread like wildfire. People who had witnessed her performance at the gala couldn't stop talking about her. Her talent had left an indelible mark on everyone who had been there. Reginald, still grappling with the impact of her performance, reached out to her. He offered her a position as the house pianist at one of his establishments, a prestigious honor that would open many doors for her. Nia accepted the offer, not out of a desire for revenge, but out of a sense of justice. She knew that her talent deserved recognition, and she was determined to use it to inspire others. She continued to perform, her music a testament to the power of resilience and the unbreakable spirit of dreams. Years later, Nia had become a renowned pianist, her name synonymous with excellence. She had inspired countless others to pursue their dreams, regardless of the obstacles they faced. Her story had become a beacon of hope, a reminder that true talent shines through, no matter the adversity. Nia often reflected on that night at the Waldorf Astoria. It had been a turning point in her life, a moment when she had faced her fears and emerged victorious. She knew that her journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. With her music as her guide, she was unstoppable. And so, dear viewers, we come to the end of this inspiring tale. Nia's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the unbreakable spirit of dreams. It reminds us that true talent shines through, no matter the obstacles. Join us next time on A One Storyteller for more stories that uplift and inspire. Until then, keep dreaming big. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to A1 Storyteller for more captivating stories. Your support keeps the magic alive. This story is a reminder that every individual has the potential to rise above adversity and shine. Let Nia's journey inspire you to embrace your talents and never let anyone dim your light. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you in the next story.